And here we go. There is only 2 spots left for the Final Four matchup. So far, we have Dayton that has qualified and Gonzaga. Gonzaga waits the winner of this game right here. We have Utah State and Seton Hall. Undefeated. Seton Hall 14-0 coming in. Utah State kind of a sleeper team in this game, so keep an eye on these upsets because it is March. I'm with my co-star, of course, Gled Hill. How you doing tonight, man?
And I'm doing very well, and you know you don't usually see what seems like a David versus Goliath matchup in the Elite Eight, and it almost seems like that going in. But I mean, you never know once you get down to this point in the tournament. It's the Elite Eight, only 8 teams left, actually 6 teams left at this point, with 2 teams already in the Final Four. Any team can win at this point. They're all good teams, and I actually like this to be a lot closer than people think it's going to be, but it's going to be really tough to dethrone the undefeated team this year, Seton Hall.
They're on a mission right now as the tip-off goes, and we are underway. Look for Utah State to be very patient to start, as that Seton Hall defense is no joke. Nice screen there. But Seton Hall's there and can't put it in there. As that's going to be Seton Hall's ball. Coming into this game, you really do have to keep an eye on Miles Powell. He is arguably the best player in college basketball this season, averaging a whopping 40-plus points per game. I'm pretty sure he's almost at 50. And he has just carried this offense. But, you know, Seton Hall, just a force to be reckoned with. Like I said, that was a nice shot there by Sam Murrow, who had 38 points last game to move on to this round. So, surely has something to say about that Seton Hall doubters, as kind of filling each other out right here. This game is about to be fast-paced.
Yeah, like you said, Miles Powell definitely going to have to be a factor in this one. Yeah, he has obviously been excellent all season for the Pirates, and has been the reason that one of the big reasons that they've been so dominant for them.
Yes, indeed. He really has elevated his game this season, and surely if we get a Gonzaga and Seton Hall matchup next round, it'll be one for the books, that's for sure. And, you know, Utah State, just a underrated season, as we're getting some turnovers right here. Seton Hall at the free throw line here. What do you think about this Sam Merrill and Miles Powell matchup, Gled Hill? Because I've heard that they've been talking about this a lot going into this matchup.
Oh, no doubt. Battle there, Merrill winning the battle, getting the bucket at the hoop there, and make it to the Final Four. Merrill's going to have to step up big for them, especially with how good Powell's been all season. It's if you're Utah State, like I said last night, with Obi Toppin in the Dayton game, you can't really slow a guy like Powell or Toppin down completely. I think really what you got to do is you got to try and slow him down as much as possible, and try and almost limit his ability.
as Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin, of course, had the game-winning dunk last night against UC Irvine, which an incredible game to move the Dayton Flyers onto the Final Four, and they will get the winner of the later game tonight of Ohio State and Colorado. Some good matchups there with Wright coming off of a massive game, and Seton Hall slams it in again right here. Miles Powell right there. Nice little crossover step back right there.
Seen some early action from those two guards there. That's what we like to see. But I'm excited. I mean, this game is going to be really good. But I think I'm almost mostly excited for the later game, Ohio State and Colorado, 2 versus 3 game there. Of course, in the West region, the 3-seed Marquette was knocked out early, but with those teams being seeded so close, similar records during the regular season. I think the second game is going to be very close for sure.
I think so, but that's what's March all about. We're not sometimes we're not used to these blowouts. I mean, I feel like we've gotten our blowout out of the way with the whole Florida State and San Diego State. I don't think we'll ever see a game as this bad as far as the tournament goes, just because these teams are so well prepared, and they got to this point for a reason. As Miles Powell is hot right now and driving to the hoop, puts it in. Nice little finish there by Miles Powell. Very fast transition dunk right there from Utah State, and they get back on the defensive side of the ball too, forcing them to pick it up as they're playing highly competitive defense right here. Nice pump fake, and that will end the quarter. Score currently with Seton Hall at the free throw hitting that one. It is now 21-19.
These two teams playing very close to start. Like I said earlier, some good guard play.
Utah State staying in it right here. Seton Hall hasn't pulled away just yet, but we've seen them in this position numerous times as a nice pump fake, and he slams it in.
Well, this reminds me a lot of the Wisconsin-Kentucky game from 2015. Kentucky, obviously, the favorite to win it all that year. Wisconsin, kind of a rising team, a very, very talented squad that, has kind of been in the mix before, but maybe people didn't give them the respect they deserved. And then Wisconsin came out and stunned Kentucky that game. So, I could totally see Utah State winning the way they're playing right now. And obviously, it's March. It's the Elite Eight, Final Four spot on the line. Both these teams are going to give it their all, and who knows? Who knows what we're going to see.
Very well said. As a timeout here, still a very close game. Pretty conservative as we're all tied up at 24-24 with this timeout here. 3 minutes and 52 seconds to go here.
This has been a very exciting game so far, just because we have seen some scoring so far. 24 points already in this game for both teams.
Nice little double team inside the paint there. Quick little jump shot, can't hit it.
I did like that ball movement from Utah State though. That's the shot you got to get. But now
Yeah,
Seton Hall with back-to-back buckets. That was also great ball movement there.
thing about Seton Hall is, I really like Utah State's effort. Like you said, their ball movement's been good, and they have the right idea of playing the Seton Hall team very hard and physical, but you can't leave guys wide open in transition like that, which is why Seton Hall's been able to get those. Another example right there as he slams it in. But they do have the right idea, so as long as they have the right mindset, I don't think Utah State is going to let this one get away from them quite yet, at least in this first half. Still about 2.5 minutes left. Still a relatively close game as Utah State moving the ball around. Nice double team defense by Seton Hall, playing very exceptionally well right here. Back on transition. Hop steps and no good.
That was a
Missed.
little bit better. I think the last couple of possessions, Seton Hall had really easy looks at the hoop, just automatic shots. But that, great defense there by Seton Hall, and obviously a great shot on the other end. So the Aggies have been shooting it here, and if they can keep knocking down those shots, they're going to stay well within this game.
Well, as cliche as this sounds, there's a turnover right there by Seton Hall. As cliche as it sounds, Gledhill, 3 points is obviously going to outscore 2 points any day of the week. And we see as Utah State has four 3-pointers to Seton Hall's 1. So if they can keep outscoring them from beyond arc, this game could get very interesting.
Good pick and roll action by the Aggies there. But you can't make that kind of throw. And it's going to lead to an easy bucket for Seton Hall on the other end.
Seton
so those
Hall's
turnovers,
so
you got to limit them.
Seton Hall's just so fast on the turnaround too. Like they don't waste any time. As Utah State, ooh, nice move there, puts it in.
And like you said, with the way Seton Hall moves, like their intensity, their speed, that's going to lead to buckets on turnovers. So you have to limit the turnovers if you're Utah State.
Definitely the only chance for them to win. Of course, Gledhill is to limit those turnovers. Got to give credit to them, though, for playing very physical right now as Seton Hall. Like I said before, nice little post moves right there, and he puts it in.
So we're getting close to the end of the first half here, and both teams kind of going back and forth. If you're Utah State, you can't, obviously, like I said earlier, you can't allow those easy looks to the hoop. Got to find a way to contain the guys with the ball there. But Utah State's hitting shots on the other end. Got to give a lot of credit to them.
Yes, sir. It's 36-34. It's for Seton Hall right now. Nice little shot there, but can't hit it. That would have took the lead there for Utah State as Seton Hall slams it in. Nice back on that pick and roll action there, as we said before. Contested at the last second there, no good. Seton Hall doing what they do best, slamming it in.
So a good run there by the Pirates to end the half. Utah State's going to turn it over, and they will not get a shot off at the end. So Seton Hall is going to head to the locker room with a 6-point lead, and a high-scoring game here. Seton Hall obviously on pace to hit 80. As it is a 40-34 game. Miles Powell and Merrill are the two players leading the game here for Seton Hall and Utah State. No surprise there. So Seton Hall is going to inbound to start this second half. up by 6 here. They've been getting a lot of easy looks at the hoop, and we see another one right there as they're going to extend it to 8. Might as well be their largest lead of the game.
Well, I wasn't quite accurate with my points per game for Miles Powell. I said he was closer to 50. It looks like he's at about 44.8, if I'm not mistaken there. But still, I mean, anytime you're above 40 points per game, that is truly an exceptional season, as we could very well see him do that tonight again. But Utah State's responding well. Kind of a tough shot there. Looking for the lob. Couldn't put it in. That will go. No good again. Just a lot of missed opportunities here as Seton Hall has a chance to extend his lead even more.
So Utah State finally able to get a bucket there at the end of that possession. And Seton Hall, once again, easy lay-in at the hoop. And they're going to keep that lead. So we'll see if Seton Hall is going to continue to be aggressive here now that they have a little bit of a comfortable lead, but that's obviously going to shrink back down. Is it a 5-point game now, Eric?
It looks like it. Michael, could you move your camera over to the right a little bit, please? Thank you. As we see, Seton Hall with a 3-pointer right there. That might be their biggest lead of the game there, Gledhill, with 9 points.
9 points, it's got to be. Big 3-pointer there by Miles Powell. Utah State, if you're Utah State, you can't press it too much. You got to keep trying to get as good a shots as possible. Can't force anything right there. We do see a high-quality shot. It is from deep, and it is a 6-point game once again. So Utah State staying well in this one.
As Seton Hall attacks it again, up by 8. If this turns into a back-and-forth action, it does not favor Seton Hall. It does not favor Utah State, because Seton Hall does stuff like that, and they play super physical. So I would imagine going into this fourth quarter, I would like Utah State to bring the deficit within 5 points if they want to have a chance, because I don't see Seton Hall giving up too big of a lead here if it goes into a 10-point lead into the last quarter.
So it was a 15-7 run for Seton Hall. Remember, it was a 36-34 game. Seton Hall up by 6 at the half. They went on that late surge, and they have kind of kept their foot on the gas pedal here as they now lead by 12. Another bucket by Powell.
Miles Powell. As you see the numbers here, points per game on the road and at home, super consistent. As Merle, again right there, averaging 18, nearly 19 points per game. Had a monster game in the Elite Eight.
Good ball movement by the Pirates. In
the Sweet 16.
It looked like they drew the defenders in a little bit, left the man wide open on the elbow. He was able to knock down the shot. So, wonderful job.
Nice little crossover step back there, and it's good. Drains it. Good move there by Utah State. As they're down by 9 points. Seton Hall definitely getting into a rhythm here. Some nice defense here. How long can you... A little bit of a mismatch there. Has him jump in and puts it in.
Yeah, Utah State can rip it. They have the sharpshooters, and they're going to need them to continue to step up here now that they're down 11. They're going to get an easy look at the hoop, and it is a single-digit game once again. So kind of staying within range here.
Look at that. Sam Merle's already at 30 points for this Aggies team.
It's keeping him in this one.
As so far he is outplaying Miles Powell, but the team aspect of it is a different story as Seton Hall extends the lead even more here with the slam. 61-48, 36 seconds left.
And it looks like the Pirates are beginning to pull away. Utah State's going to need a bucket on this possession, especially with the end of the quarter coming near. You can't let Seton Hall end this one end the quarter on a run, almost like they did at the end of the first half.
Well, look, another turnover there. Oh, but they get it back there. Nice attack there. by
That's
Utah
what
State.
that's what the Aggies need right there. They needed a turnover. They went ahead and scored a bucket. It's an 11-point game now.
Takes the three, and it's good. Oh my goodness, Seton Hall hitting all cylinders right now as they have a 14-point lead. Have to shoot it here.
That was a
And
big
running
shot
out
by
of
the Pirates.
and no good. 14-point game just like that. Going into the fourth quarter, Seton Hall on its way to the fourth quarter.
Huge shot there by Seton Hall to end the quarter there. They now lead by 14. They won that third quarter by 8 points, and Utah State's going to get the fourth quarter started off with an easy look at the hoop. Lays it.
3-point shot right there again. Oh my goodness. Seton Hall again just extending this lead. Possibly could go up even more than double digits as another tough shot missed there by Utah State. Look to Seton Hall to go on a run in this quarter. Oh my goodness, again, another 3-point shot.
Now the Pirates are firing on all cylinders right now offensively. We saw it in the third quarter, and they've hit 2 big shots to start the fourth quarter.
Well, there's
Utah
another
State, though, another one.
Utah State with another one right there.
Utah State, though.
Does it seem like it might be too little too late, Gledhill?
It might be. I mean, Utah State, obviously a very talented team, and they've shot the ball well tonight. Unfortunately, I think the problems really are on defense, giving Seton Hall just too many looks. But it's tough. I mean, Seton Hall really is. I would describe him as a buzzsaw. Anyone that's going to run into him is going to really have a tough time moving on.
Well, as we get a little proper 12 look at this cup right here, and we are back as Seton Hall 72 to 57 right now. Still a chance, but the chances are starting to get more slim as it doesn't seem like they can stop Seton Hall. But they don't have a problem scoring, which is a good thing for their offense as Sam Merle, again, just having a monster game. 34 points, 22 points in the paint.
Once again, Gonzaga, the 6th overall seed in the region, made it all the way to the Final Four. So a big run by the Zags, and they will await the winner of this game, which is looking more and more like it's going to be the Pirates.
Well, if that's the case, what a defensive battle that's going to be. You know, you got Gonzaga who's having a Cinderella story right now. We've mentioned many times starting 1-5 this season and, you know, just completely coming back and winners of their last 10 games, including the last one against Marquette and Florida State, as they are waiting. And it looks like they're going to be waiting for Seton Hall. As Seton Hall extends this lead again, 3-point bang.
Yeah, there's really nothing you can do there. I was maybe harping a little bit on Utah State's defense a second ago, but that three, you can't stop that right there. That's just Miles Powell being Miles Powell.
And Miles Powell's been being Miles Powell all this game and all this season as we get a free throw shot right here. Utah State trying to pull back into this game with just over 2 minutes left in the game. I like how physical they're playing. You know, regardless of Seton Hall obviously is on their way to winning this game, you got to give credit to Utah State for the season they had. I don't think anyone expected them to be in the Elite Eight.
Yeah, an excellent season indeed. They made a solid run, and like I said, they just ran into the buzzsaw that is Seton Hall. The Pirates so talented. And I mentioned that the poor defense by Utah State a second ago, but a lot of that also is Seton Hall being able to move the ball around and just having super talented players to be able to score the rock. So under 2 minutes to go here. Seton Hall kind of holding onto the ball a little bit more.
wasting more clock here as the lead is still up to 13 points. Still fighting, but I got to get a bucket here. Deep three-point shot there by Seton Hall. At this point, just on their way to celebrating this win as Utah State. Oh, bang! Nice three-point shot right there. Just not enough time left, unfortunately, as Seton Hall will again dribble it up court and waste more clock. But Utah State, look at them, still fighting. And they're going to play till that clock hits 0. Drawing a foul right there, and they will go to the line. Lead still at 13. 12 now, has 83-71, Seton Hall. Just under 30 seconds left as Seton Hall again not letting up. Well, looking at the positive of this game, Gledhill, Sam Merrill did help do everything he can to help this Utah State team. So, he should be happy with his performance at least.
No doubt, and it was an exciting game, really through through the half and even into the third quarter a little bit. Remember, it was a 36-34 game in the waning minutes of the second quarter. But Seton Hall went on a run to end the second quarter and to start the second half there, and they're also going to go on to win by 14. So
85-71, last final. They will play Gonzaga, who will be waiting for them in an exciting matchup. The hottest team versus the hottest team. Don't go away. We have more action with Ohio State and Colorado coming up.